Hi there, this is Andrew. It's 9 a.m. in the morning and I go to work. I usually use commuter train, and in this video I decided to show you the types of these trains, the price, how do these commuter trains look like, who uses them, and so on. So let's watch. St. Petersburg, the second largest city in the country and the busiest transportation hub in the northwest. The city has 5 railway stations, from which commuter trains run to the nearest suburban towns. In addition, the city is so geographically advantageous that you can get to other countries, particularly Finland and Estonia, without changing by commuter train. But believe me, on a national scale, this distance is minimal. How do you get on a commuter train to Moscow? 635 kilometers. By the way, the rail connection between St. Petersburg and Moscow is the best in the country. It's here that the only full-fledged section for the movement of Russia-only super high-speed train, the Sapsan, runs. Until recently, the main commuter trains were Latvian electric trains, built back in 1960s. After 40 years of operation, these trains were replaced in 2000s by Russian electric trains, which are the main workhorses throughout the country today. Since some of these trains will soon be quite a quarter century old, they undergo periodic selective modifications and repairs. In 2010, Russian Railways, together with the German company Siemens, designed and built the first high-speed Lastочка suburban train. The number of these trains is noticeably fewer than standard trains, in particular due to the high production cost and the need for additional reconstruction of tracks for its movement. However, where these trains are running, they are running efficiently and are very popular because of their speed. We are now in Gatchina, the largest suburb of St. Petersburg. We are about 30 kilometers from the city and we are crossing the railroad tracks. A serpentine road to avoid accidents, light and sound warning when a train is approaching, and in the distance we can see the platforms. Russian Railways is the monopoly railroad company throughout the country. It's the largest railroad company in the world by track mileage and the third largest in the world by revenue. A closer look at light and sound warning system. The company owns absolutely everything related to railroads. Somewhere around the 2010s, the company adopted a unified color design of gray and red, and now every lamppost, handrail, train, and uniform of controllers and conductors is a combination of gray and red. We are approaching the abandoned building. From the Soviet period till the 2000s, it was a ticket office. I remember how my parents and I used to buy a ticket, hey buddy, through those windows. And after the reconstruction of the station, the building was closed and abandoned. The entrances to the platform were moved to new structures and equipped with the turnstiles. Here we come to the hall where the entrance to the platform is now, and on the right and on the side there are ticket offices with cashiers. Inside there are ticket vending machines, but I always buy tickets through their app. It's the most convenient way, so you can buy a ticket anywhere. Here is our train. The standard one, it costs me about $1 to get to St. Petersburg. And as I said, these trains aren't the newest either, so what the interior will be each time is a surprise. In the coming episodes, I'll show a few variations on from what type of train comes to me. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Vestibule. Oh, alright, someone is sleeping. Another day, another train. It may seem there are not many people on the train, but I want to point out that I do all my videos after rush hour. In the evening and morning rush hours, all seats are occupied. Waiting for our vestibule. I think this one will be ours. Oh, look, yeah, it's a different design, an attempt to have separate seating areas for each passenger. Yeah, it's light and warm, what you need in such dark times. Dear friends, I promise this will be the last train. I promise the third version of interior C. By the way, probably closest to the layout in suburban trains in Europe or in the United States. Let's see what's inside. Yeah, there are individual upholstered seats. At the end of the car is the luggage rack. Yeah. So that's the design of the seats. Each one even has a folding table. Again, the same scenery outside the window. On the way, the scenery changes to small villages, industrial areas. Yeah, typical industrial railroad scenery. Some Lukoil oil tanks. We pass over the new high-speed toll highway between St. Petersburg and Moscow. Transportation between the two cities is top-notch, not just by the railroad. Moving along the toll road, in the distance we can see the Coca-Cola plant, which, as I told you in a previous video from the supermarket, is still producing cola, allegedly gone because of sanctions, just under a different brand name. Orbit factory, which had been making gum here since my childhood. The company didn't leave Russia after the sanctions were imposed. The Russian standard plant, which makes vodka, including for export. Is Russian vodka sold in your supermarkets? We are now approaching one of the largest transportation hubs in the city, a multi-level interchange where the roads to the city, to Moscow, to the airport, and to transit bypassing the city center converge. The interchange is also home to public transportation and a train station. So I got off the train. It's not the terminus, but for a few stations before the terminus, the train is already going through the city. It's also a major transfer hub with trains diverging south and west from here. Still winter print on the train. Going down the stairs, all my life I had it. It's very steep. Russian Railways is in no hurry to do reconstruction. I would at least cover it from above, from the weather, and make an elevator for handicapped passengers. But someone just whizzes by on it. And here I am at the station in the evening, going home on the opposite side of the platform. And now I'm going to take that high-speed Lastishka train. Right now you'll see a clear difference in design. Here you will see all the signs of a European train, button entry, quiet running and noise insulation. Sockets, comfortable seats, trash bins by each door, Christmas decoration. This piece I shot at the beginning of the year. A couple of shots from the window of the train and to show its speed. You can tell by the swaying in the video that the tracks have been adjusted for speed, but not perfectly. It would be great to move at this speed somewhere to vacation, but alas, I move very fast to work. And again the toll road between St. Petersburg and Moscow. I push the button and we get off at the station. We are back in Gatchina. So that's this kind of train, fast, comfortable. The ticket price is only 10 cents higher than on a standard train. Why not always use this type? The train runs only 3 times a day and not always at a convenient time. In this episode we arrived finally at the terminus, one of the 5 railway stations, Baltysky railway station. Only suburban trains are right here, and the name of the station, Baltic station, makes the direction of the trains clear. This is where the trains to Estonia and Baltic direction come from. It's also where some of the trains to the southern suburbs come from. The building is historical. The station was opened at the end of the 19th century. It's now glassed over, while before the tracks continued inside the station, and trains of the Russian Tsars and high ranks came right there, under the arch. And here is the station inside. In place of the former tracks and platforms is a huge hall. On the sides are retail outlets. To the left are ticket offices and self-checkout terminals. Note the preserved design of the lanterns on the walls. Here it's just imagine a century and a half ago, locomotives stood here, blowing clouds of smoke and steam while waiting for the departure. And now the modern look of the station is like this. My story about suburban trains is coming to an end. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and lastly, there was a McDonald's at the station, but after the sanctions, it sold the rights to Russian entrepreneurs. Now it's a fast food restaurant called Вкусно and Точка, but the menu remains as in McDonald's. I'll take a separate video review from there. Bye everyone, see you in the next videos.